Oh, what do we have here? We have White Poison's husband to receive $37 million inheritance. Sheesh Louise. This type of shit gets tricky. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hold on real quick. I just want to shout out to Layla. I've been seeing her on all of my live premieres. Shout out to Layla. Love you so much. I'm so glad that I can remind you of your son. And I'm going to be doing shout outs to people that I see in the premieres from now on. So if you want to get shout out, make sure you are in that premiere. But without further ado, let's get it.
He gets his inheritance this afternoon. That's why we're moving. We're going to pay all our bills off that we need to pay off and then take a long vacation.
Less than 24 hours from this footage, Ina Thea-Knoyer's husband, Steve Riley, was life-flighted to the hospital due to a sudden sickness that immobilized his body.
Damn!
Within an hour of being at the hospital, he would pass away.
It really be your own spouse.
I thought everybody knew. I'm sorry.
Oh my God!
What the cop doesn't realize at this time is that Ina is a very good actor, and she knows far more about Steve's sickness than she leads on. You see,
she got ankles
Steve
like my grandma.
was less than an hour away from cashing in a $37 million inheritance payment when he became fatally ill. And as the multi-week investigation would progress, detectives would quickly discover
how did he inherit that, dog? That's what I want to know.
That Steve's death was due to poisoning. Someone had killed him, and everyone close to Steve all had dire needs to claim his newfound fortune by any means necessary.
I wouldn't have told nobody about that shit.
$20-something million. Best thing you can do is to get on a plane and don't look back.
That part.
Police department. It's the police department. It's not Chad.
This body cam was recorded the night before Steve Riley's death. Steve and Ina's drunken neighbor had been harassing them and other residents of the neighborhood, so Ina called 911 to de-escalate the situation. What makes this specific footage interesting is not the situation with their drunken neighbor, but rather what Ina would tell police after.
This is
her
super ironic.
$37 million inheritance fund that she's just hours away from cashing in.
Sorry.
You thought it was Chad?
Yeah.
Who was
He's been
Chad on?
trying to kick in everybody's door.
Who was he
He
on here
busted to my light and look at the garbage cans.
Who was he fighting with?
Damn, Steve ain't even get a chance to enjoy his money.
My fiance, he went for a walk, cooled down.
Who's your fiance?
Steve Riley.
Steve Riley?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your name?
I'm Ina.
Okay. Is your fiance hurt at all?
He got gash on his forehead.
Okay. You know, we just want to talk with him too, just to make sure he's all right if possible.
They got a video of
All the
Steve.
way over there. That's good. So what actually happened tonight? What were they fighting over?
Chad was trying to kick in the door.
Just for no reason, or just
drunk. He does that.
Where do you think your fiance would have went, so we could just get his side of the story real quick?
Oh, I don't know.
So you got a phone on him?
No, we don't have a phone until this afternoon.
But this is where Ina reveals something she shouldn't have. Their plans to pay off all of their bills, which had over the years been racking up. And she does this for one reason: to brag.
He gets his inheritance this afternoon. That's why we're moving. We're going to pay all our bills off that we need to pay off.
Why would you tell strangers this, though?
To sign the paperwork for his money.
Okay.
And then he's going to go pay that. And his lawyer going to pay the rest of his child support. And then take a long vacation.
According to Ina, Steve is set to receive an inheritance from his late uncle tomorrow, which supposedly is enough money to turn their lives around completely. What police
You're good
don't
for the rest of
realize
your
at
life.
this time is how enormous this inheritance sum really is. In 2016, Steve's friend had received a call from a man named Marcus Riley, who claimed to be Steve's long-lost uncle from Ireland. He had explained that he finally wanted to get in touch with his nephew, Steve. After connecting with each other, Steve had learned he was in line to receive an inheritance upon his uncle's passing. which was a sum of over $17 million at the time.
Damn.
This was enough to permanently fix the financial struggles he and Ina had been dealing with. A couple of years later, 4 months prior to the footage you just watched, Steve would learn of his uncle's passing from a British lawyer who had contacted him. Additionally, he would learn that his $17 million inheritance had grown to over $30 million due to his uncle's successful investments over the years. That's why Ina cannot hold herself from boasting to the police. Tomorrow, they plan to meet with their lawyer to officially sign the documents and claim the $30 million inheritance fund. The two plan to take the money and live with Steve's long-lost family in Ireland, quote, living in the castles. In less than 24 hours, Ina will be rich. So as officers leave for the night, Ina would make one final statement about how her life was about to change forever.
If you want to step back inside, and then if Steve shows back up, we're going to try to look for him to get his side of the story as well. But if Steve shows back up, if you just want to give us a call or have him give us a call, we'll talk to him then, okay?
Yeah, he's gonna stop by anyways, like I said.
Sounds good.
I've only been able to put like $5 on his fines, but at least it was something.
Okay,
But-
sounds good.
We're gonna pay it all off, all at once.
Perfect,
All
thank you.
right, bitch, we don't care.
you.
Sorry, y'all.
Steve would
Hey.
return to his and Ina's apartment that night, and the two would patiently wait, not being able to sleep, as they counted down the hours
I'm sorry, y'all. If I get a lump sum of money, I ain't telling nobody. I ain't even telling my gal. She better be my wife.
until they would receive their millions. The plan to receive the funds was simple. At 2 p.m., the group would go to the airport to meet their lawyer, who was flying in with their inheritance paperwork. Ina and Steve obliged and would arrive at the airport alongside their two friends, Billy and Wes, before patiently waiting.
Why are they taking their
However,
friends?
while they were waiting for the lawyer's arrival, Steve would become extremely sick. He would claim feeling drunk, even throwing up in the airport bathrooms. His heart rate was rapidly increasing, and his condition worsened to the point where Wes decided to take him home to help him treat his sickness. Ina would wait at the airport for the lawyer to arrive. However, he would never show up. And after a couple of hours with no lawyer, no money, and a sick fiancé, she would return home as well. Everyone believed that Steve had suffered from a heat stroke as a result of working on his truck for hours that morning. But Steve's symptoms were far more fatal than the heat strokes he had received in the past.
Wait. So he ain't getting the inheritance?
Even experiencing fatal signs of kidney failure throughout the night. And in the morning, Steve would become completely unresponsive, forcing Ina to call 911.
Oh, no. Ina did it. We know that.
My husband's really sick. He got heat stroke yesterday, and now he's not waking up. And come on, wake up!
What's the phone number
Hey!
you're calling from?
I don't have a phone number.
How are you talking
It's
to
a
him?
phone that never got finished getting set up. Come on, babe. I've been trying everything. Ice, water.
Okay, but he is breathing.
Yes, he's snoring. He won't talk to me anymore. He won't look at me. He won't open his eyes.
Okay,
Hey!
I've got help on the way. Just keep an eye on his breathing, and if anything changes with his breathing, tell me immediately.
Hello? Yeah. It's Officer Sullivan, Minot PD.
I know HOA is a pain in the ass, but Lord, when your place look like this in the front, you gotta do something about it. Come on.
Inside the home, officers would find Steve fully unresponsive, and they would drag him out of the house through piles of trash and filth.
Ew.
Quickly, he was
How do
rushed to the
people
nearest
live like
hospital,
that?
but with his condition so poor, he would be flown to the St. Alexis Hospital to undergo more professional treatment. But before we get to that, I want to help you protect yourself and your brokers and credit cards don't even realize this and much more. I'm not leaving my links for free. Enough time for Aura to find out if any of your personal data is exposed. After Steve was flown to the hospital, Ina would explain to the officers that Steve had gotten a heat stroke, which caused his illness. The officers had no reason not to believe her story, so they would comfort her throughout the day as Steve was being treated. Unfortunately, Steve would never again regain consciousness. This is Billy Burkhead, Steve and Ina's neighbor, and he was with Steve and Ina the entire day of his sudden sickness, even working on the truck with Steve and traveling with them to the airport. Billy simply refused to believe that Steve's death was caused by heat stroke, especially since Steve seemed perfectly fine all day until they reached the airport. Instead, Billy suspected something far more sinister and wanted to share his theory with the detectives. So, the day after Steve's death, Billy would call officers back to apartment 912A to detail his side of the story.
We think she poisoned him. Oh, I'm almost sure she poisoned him.
So what's your plan right now?
We're making sure nothing goes. Because you know when they go to jail, they die.
I mean,
People come and clean
well,
them out.
how long are you going to stay here?
I'm going to stay here until his son gets here.
Oh. When's the son supposed to get here?
He's not dead. I told you.
Stop!
He's not.
He's dead.
I just killed his son.
And he was poisoned.
Billy's explanation for Steve's death is, well, horrifying. If Ina truly did poison Steve, then his symptoms would make sense, and would add up far more than the idea of him having a heat stroke. However, why would Ina want to poison her husband if they were about to live such a good life? Well, Billy seems to have the exact answer to that question.
The other day, she threw all his stuff out in the yard.
From his house?
Yeah, and he come out and he was holding his head down. And then we're supposed to go up to the airport and meet this guy because he's supposed to get quite a bit of money. Come back, we had to help him out of the car, had to help him in the house. And everything was fine until he come home. And then the next morning, she's throwing all his stuff out. She was supposed to call the ambulance. She never called the ambulance.
Billy thinks that Ina was secretly planning to split with Steve after the inheritance was received, even going so far as to throw his belongings out of the house after they returned from the airport. Even worse is that Ina lied about getting help for Steve after they returned from the airport.
Yeah, his best friend just said that shit. That's crazy.
Pretending to take him to get treated, when in reality, they never left the house. Unfortunately, Ina overheard all of this talk and decided to give Billy a piece of her own mind.
I'm taking off. I'm not worthy of killing my husband. Dead or alive.
Hey, stay out here. Hey, stay out here.
I need to take a picture.
Picture of what?
Billy. Here, the truck.
Oh, you can sit over here.
Steve collapsed yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Went to the hospital. I found out he was poisoned.
How'd you find that out?
Doctor told me. I'm just telling you, son, don't ever stop after these people. They're nasty people. They're nasty.
Ina coincidentally seemed to put the blame on the neighbors, calling them evil people. It's become more clear that Steve's death was far more sinister than officers had first expected. Officers now had a potential homicide case to investigate, but as they went to leave, one officer accidentally broke the news to Ina that her fiancé had passed away.
I thought everybody knew. I'm sorry.
Don't tell me anything. Oh my God!
I guess the son is on his way here. Okay. Apparently the son is on the way here. So.
Son better put them all in prison.
Yeah.
Ina's reaction to her husband's passing is one of the strangest I've ever seen. She starts bawling her eyes out, then suddenly jumps right back to her normal self, as if she hadn't even heard the terrible news to begin with. It's becoming more and more clear that something is not adding up.
Facts.
Billy was not the only person to initially put the blame
W. Billy. Everybody needs a friend like Billy, bro.
On Ina. In fact, he was only one of many who would come forward with their concerns. In fact, Billy's wife, Lynn, had stated that Ina had made horrifying statements in the past, alluding that if she was to ever kill her partner, she would poison him using an antifreeze. To add to the pile of already incriminating information, Steve would be tested for ethylene glycol in his bloodstream, a key ingredient in antifreeze. To nobody's surprise, the results showed toxic levels of ethylene glycol in his system. This information would serve as the catalyst for initiating a formal homicide investigation into the death of Steve Riley. Following the commencement of the investigation, a series of intensive interrogations would be conducted with all parties connected to the incident, including Ina, to ultimately solve Steve's murder. However, before that, Ina would launch a plan of her own. It must have been made apparent to her that she was in hot water, as the day after this encounter with the police, she would call them back to apartment 912A to explain theories of her own.
Hi.
Yeah. He came up.
Okay, what's going on?
I don't know.
We've been here.
He keeps trying to. Steve's truck
Where's the truck at?
in the garage.
Is this the paperwork on the thing? Or?
No. This is property that Steve was buying
Oh.
after his inheritance got here. I think he left it to his son, but I had to Google where to go to get his inheritance switched over to the people he left it to. I don't know.
She is making me so uncomfortable. Like, I get an eerie feeling when I just see her eyes.
Today he was supposed to meet his lawyer. Apparently, I thought it was heat stroke. Apparently he was poisoned. I'm finding out. With antifreeze.
Like, you ain't do it.
Alright.
And I don't know how to get a hold of the guy in London with his inheritance. He should be here in town. He never showed up at the airport. Trying to figure out why.
Is there even
Ina seems
an
to
inheritance?
conspire to the idea that Steve may have drank the antifreeze himself, or that someone may have poisoned him. However, despite all the suspicion being thrown her way, she can only stay on track for minutes before going back on tangents about her inheritance fund. It was clear at this point that somebody had poisoned Steve. The idea of this being self-inflicted was unlikely.
She gave
as
herself
Steve
away
had a life-changing
a
amount
million
of money
times.
waiting for him, and would have had to drink the antifreeze just hours before going to claim the cash. Clearly, Ina can be made out as the lead suspect due to the amount of fingers being pointed her way, but the other potential suspects should not be ruled out either. With this in mind, officers would bring their first suspect in for questioning, Rebecca. Rebecca was another neighbor of Ina and Steve's who was very involved with the entire case so far, pitching her opinion to police whenever she could. Rebecca was brought in primarily to add to the pile of evidence to confront Ina with later, but as the interview would continue, strange red flags would arise from Rebecca's odd personality.
You guys know my daughter.
Kayla? Yeah, how's she doing?
Yesterday, God works in mysterious ways. She was arrested, released. She said this is the demons that are in her, the spirits that follow her, was able to change her butt cheeks. So maybe they'll stop following her now,
What?
she said.
Yeah, well, hopefully she gets the help she needs.
I pray she does.
Starting off a homicide interview explaining how demons left your daughter's butt is an interesting way of proving your innocence. But the detective isn't here to judge, rather, to get to the bottom of Steve's death. So he'll ignore these strange remarks.
Obviously, it sounds like you might know some things.
I'm a nosy neighbor.
That's good. I like it.
Well, I know what cars belong, what cars don't, who lives in my neighborhood, who doesn't.
Yeah.
So yes.
That's good. We're investigating Steve's passing just because it sounds like maybe there's something
I
suspicious
tell you
about
all
what
I
happened.
know, whatever I know.
How long have Steve and Ina lived there that you know of?
Approximately 2 years.
Okay. How was their relationship that you know?
The first year was, Steve was looking great, doing great. The past year, I don't know if she suffers from mental illness at times, but her mental state went downhill the past year.
Okay.
When you lose weight, when you're not acting right, shady stuff going on, you're not working. Yes, he was.
Okay.
And it got worse the past couple months.
Okay.
It seems as though Steve's life wasn't as straightforward as initially thought, having drug issues, weight loss, and possibly depression. Whether or not Ina was a large contributor to these deteriorating issues is something they will soon
I'm pretty
learn,
sure she was
as
the number
this
one
interview
factor.
would become a pivotal piece of evidence, laying the groundwork to dismantle her defense entirely during the interrogation.
And it got worse the past couple months.
You think likely? Is that theme?
Probably.
Like, whatever. Okay.
Yes.
What do you think she was using?
Yeah.
Okay.
And alcohol use too.
Okay.
Yes.
Both of them with
Yes.
alcohol? Okay. So Steve had mentioned before, like in the past, about getting money.
Yes.
How many, like?
$2 million.
The amount Steve had planned to receive was something he kept very secret, often lying to people like Rebecca on how much he was actually getting. As we'll soon find out, this number was much, much larger than $2 million.
When his uncle passed away, yes. First, he said he was going to leave it to Ina, and then they were fighting. And a couple months later, he said he went back and changed the will. He told me, he was like, don't tell Ina, but I changed it.
This statement from Rebecca would explain what Ina was talking about last time she spoke to police, and how she was trying to switch the will over from Steve's son to herself. If Ina discovered his plan, it would have given her a strong incentive to do whatever it took to change the will back in her favor, possibly by any means necessary.
Because it started 5 months, and he told me, yeah, I got a will, I'm leaving everything to Ina if something happens. And then it seemed like 2 months after that, he's like, that ain't getting nothing. Because she's a bitch, he said.
So that was just it.
Yep, that's how yeah.
Was he ever talking about leaving Ina?
Yes.
Okay.
You know, I'm going to get this money and leave her, get my own place, go back to California.
Okay.
I met her son last night.
Oh, okay. Her son came?
No, I'm sorry, his son. Steve's son.
Yeah.
Well,
that's okay.
He flew in. He came up to my apartment. But as he's leaving, she came up, knocked on my door.
When he was up?
Yeah,
okay.
to get him. I think she was nervous. It was like she was pissed he was up there. And then she's like, I just want to let you know I found the will papers.
So she said in front of you, though, that she found will papers?
Yes. Yep.
Ina clearly had become obsessed with the idea that she was about to live the life of her dreams with Steve's inheritance. But after rumors of Steve leaving her, it seems Ina became terrified that she might not receive the funds and would be stuck with her depressive living conditions. It's now become obvious how these events and Steve's strange death could be correlated to one another. However, as Rebecca had stated herself, she was a nosy neighbor, looking for any rumors or conspiracy theories to help solve the neighborhood drama. I've also cut out over 40 minutes of completely false information Rebecca gave to detectives, which certainly doesn't add to her authenticity. In order to further confirm the accuracy of these claims, 2 more reliable sources would be brought in the following day: Steve's son Ryan and Billy Burkhead. If anyone would be able to give proper insight into Steve's life, it would be these 2, as they were by far the closest people to Steve.
We're assigned the case of your dad's passing.
It's gotta be a horrible feeling to know that your parent has been, poisoned and, oh man,
Really
I
don't
couldn't
think it's
imagine
the kid
this.
that maybe had a relationship with your dad, it sounds like?
Yeah.
Okay. Did he ever talk to you about Ina when you guys talked in the last year?
Yeah. He was talking about how he was getting a large sum of money, and he kind of just wanted to leave her because she didn't really have a job and was like leeching off of him.
Did Steve ever talk about leaving Ina?
All the time.
Okay.
Every day. She talked about poisoning Steve
Okay.
and me because we're always together, and she didn't like that. And I don't know how much it was. It's supposed to be, it's way up there in the money. It was like 20-something million. Best thing you can do is get on a plane and don't look back.
Yeah.
I said, that's the best thing you can do.
Almost every piece of information the detectives receive leads straight to Ina as the killer. It also makes sense why Ina hated Billy and Steve's son so much, as they knew far more information than she would have liked about the inheritance and her schemes to obtain it. These interviews wouldn't last long, as detectives got all the information they needed from the two and could directly confront Ina with it. But before leaving, they would break disturbing news to Ryan, which would make this case even more of a terrible tragedy.
So this inheritance now, I'm thinking that's the same thing we're thinking. Which, I mean, I obviously don't know for sure, but by all accounts of looking at it, it looks like it's a scam. Looks like it's the letter has different fonts in it and things, and the fact that your dad had apparently gone there several times to meet with some lawyer, never showed up to the airport.
That and all the emails that they tried to send back to the sender of those emails, it always came back undeliverable.
The inheritance was a scam. Steve had lived for the past 7 years under the impression that if he just patiently waited, living through his terrible living conditions, he would come out with more money than he could dream of, and
this is some dirty shit.
Finally enjoy life. Even worse was that this very scam that stagnated his life for years may have been the cause of his very own death. With such a pity of a case.
Bro lost his life over a scam? That wasn't even gonna happen for...
Detectives would go on to interview a handful of other suspects in order to get as much information as they possibly could to help break down Ina's defense. And after multiple days of interviews, the day finally came to confront Ina with everything they've gathered. But despite all this evidence against her, officers knew they would have a hard time prosecuting Ina without a confession or incriminating statements, and that's exactly what they were determined to get. Inside this cut-down 1.5-hour interview, you'll see some of the most clever interrogation tactics I've ever shown on this channel, slowly dismantling Ina's story until all she has left is an incoherent string of lies.
So, like I said, we had been just talking to everyone, like Billy, Wes, everybody that kind of just knew Steve, just to get an idea of like what was going on in his life. So, you and Steve were in a relationship?
Yep.
Okay, how long had you guys been together?
13 years.
Okay. Where did you guys meet?
Homeless shelter.
In
buffet dinner.
In North Dakota? Or
Washington.
In Washington, okay.
The detectives would go on to get more information about Ina and Steve's early relationship, but it wouldn't last long before Ina would start conspiring against Billy and others she wanted to paint as suspects.
And I begged him to, stay away from him. We've even gotten into fights.
To stay away from Lynn?
Billy and Lynn. And
okay.
I don't like calling people nasty. And they've seen them worse than Steve because he's tall and mean looking. People were intimidated by him.
Okay.
Just by his look.
So why would you want him to stay
I'm still hurt over this man lost his life over a scam.
away from Billy and Lynn?
Because they're really, really nasty people.
Okay.
Felonies. Breaking into places.
Okay. What the fuck?
I
they got
knew
to
they
do with
did more
anything?
than pot. Smoking more than pot.
Did Steve smoke more than marijuana?
No, he's allergic to marijuana.
Okay.
Me.
Did he use other drugs?
That sucks for him, because that's the bet. Well, never mind.
Not for the longest time.
Was he using? Who was using? Is that?
No.
Okay. So
No.
he didn't.
After that, after he got the max the last time.
Yep.
He's like, screw this.
Okay.
I'm gonna just do what I want and want what I want.
Okay. So that's when he started using?
I think so.
Okay.
This would be the first of Ina's lies during this interrogation. She knew
ain't-
Steve
she
had
ain't
been
shit.
using long before the incident she described, but in order to make Billy seem like the villain in their lives, she wanted to make it seem as though he was the reason for Steve's drug use. Take note of Ina's body language while she clearly lies. She glances up and avoids eye contact, constantly fidgets and scratches her skin, and most notably, stutters and slurs on her speech as she tries to make up a story. Keep this in mind for the rest of the interrogation, and you'll be able to accurately point out when Ina isn't telling the truth. But now, the police would ask her perhaps the most intriguing question. What exactly did she plan to do with the inheritance money?
So when did he find out about this inheritance?
I want to say 3 months ago, 4 months ago.
Okay. So what is the inheritance? I know you had shown that first day Lieutenant Dake and I came, you showed us kind of that letter that was on Steve's phone. Is that's the inheritance? That was the letter? Okay.
And he was talking to an actual lawyer, I guess.
Okay.
From London.
So this lawyer reached out to him and said he's...
I guess. I don't even know how he found out about it. It just appeared. And he was reading that the money wasn't cursed or whatever. Every single person that went for the Riley money over there, even this 21-year-old, had passed away.
Clearly, Ina is running out of resources to take suspicion off herself, and the detectives won't take long before making her abundantly aware of how horrible of a liar she is. But for now, they'd like to get some more information on this inheritance, and if Ina would admit to trying to claim it all for herself.
How much money was it?
It was supposed to be $17 million. $17,500,000. So, but with all the property sold off, it ended up being $37 million.
So there was cash and then properties were sold.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I gave all the information.
Who was it supposed to be coming from? Who was the family member?
Marcus something Riley.
Was that a brother or
uncle?
That was an uncle. Okay. Did he live
in Ireland?
Okay. How did it get to? Is it starting to be that the lawyer is starting to give him like a time that he's coming to Minot?
Yeah. That's pretty much when he kept saying, "I'm going to show up at this time." And Steve would ride down there, and he wasn't there. And then you get the email afterwards that he wasn't going to come until later and then later.
Okay.
The detectives would spend the next 25 minutes trying to understand Ina's timeline for the day they planned to receive the inheritance. Whenever she gave a time for when the group went to the airport, she would conveniently change that time entirely, just a few minutes later. But one detail would stay the same. Unlike her original claims to officers on the day of the murder, she would insist that Steve had never gone to the airport, but rather Wes had gone instead to represent Steve. This was confusing, but Ina's reason as to why Steve couldn't make it to the airport would make just as little sense.
Because he was drinking beer all day, he was working in the garage, he was spray painting his truck, with the doors and the windows closed. Barely drinking any water.
So he consumed almost a case of beer and...
Oh, he can drink more than that.
Pay attention to Ina here. She's carefully crafting a story to deflect suspicion, but the detectives came prepared.
I've seen him drink a couple cases.
But on that day...
Yeah, it was a case of beer.
From probably 6 or 7 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon, so 5 to 6 hours. Does that sound right?
Probably.
Okay. Did you drink anything else?
Just a glass of water and his tea. I made iced tea because he begged for iced tea.
Steve had no traces of alcohol in his system the day of his death, proven by a blood test and toxicology. So detectives know, clearly, Ina is lying through her teeth.
So I just have a lot of concerns here, okay, and I'm just going to be honest with you. You told the paramedics when they were there that morning or afternoon that he had been drinking till 5 in the morning, that he had been consuming alcohol. That's on body cam. Okay, you said he was drinking all day the day before and that he drank his last drink at 5 a.m. Okay, and now you're telling me
tea.
That's not what you say on this video. Okay.
I want to see this video.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to show you the body cam. I'm just telling you that that's what's on there. There's reports that Wes came to the house that morning, and you said that Steve was at the walk-in clinic. He wasn't at the walk-in clinic.
Steve didn't want to see Wes anymore.
Okay, but Steve wasn't at the walk-in clinic.
He was at the hospital.
He wasn't at the hospital.
He just left with the ambulance when Wes showed up there.
That's not what's been reported to us. Wes was there prior to.
Mm.
I want a lawyer.
Okay, that's fine.
Realizing she's running out of options to defend herself, and with the detectives closing in, Ina resorts to something surprisingly clever as a last-ditch effort, asking for a lawyer.
She did it.
Nope, you're not being arrested. We're just talking. So, but if you want a lawyer, we can stop.
That mean you did it.
That's fine.
That mean you're guilty and you want
But
to
I'm
work out a
telling you,
deal.
God honest truth.
I
don't know
We're
what
not
happened. I wasn't there. I wish I was there. I wish I was with him every second of the day that day. I wish I watched every single, but I'm not his goddamn mom.
You asked for a lawyer, so we're just gonna end this now. Okay, I'm not talking anymore.
You fucked up.
All right.
You know you fucked up, right?
Are so unbelievable.
You going to jail.
Fucking weird.
You going
The
to jail?
second Ina realized the detectives saw right through her story, she folded under the pressure and insisted on a lawyer. Ina had finally realized her game was over. Following this interrogation, Ina would roam free while detectives scrambled for concrete evidence that she had poisoned Steve. Ina would continue fighting for her innocence, making more deranged theories, such as Steve drinking the antifreeze out of shame that the lawyer was a fraud, or that she had too been poisoned just months prior. Unfortunately for her, police managed to file a search warrant on apartment 912A, finding multiple alarming items. An old Windex bottle without a cap, containing a bright green liquid suspected to be antifreeze, as well as a Coors
How did they find anything in that dirty ass house?
Light bottle containing antifreeze, found in the garage Steve had been working in that morning. This exact Coors Light bottle was what Ina used to poison Steve with. Antifreeze contains ethylene glycol, an ingredient that makes the liquid taste sweet. By mixing this with tea, Steve was fully unable to tell this fatal substance apart from his typical morning tea. Additionally, by
crazy.
hiding the liquids in the dark Coors Light bottle,
Nobody can make my drinks ever again in life.
Steve was unable to see the bright green color of this drink. With all of this newfound, completely incriminating evidence, as well as the numerous lies and false claims Ina had told law enforcement, she would finally be arrested on October 30th, 2024.
Who's that?
I know.
Your ass going to jail with your dirty ass.
Please lock up my house.
Yeah, we'll lock up the house for you.
I'll give
Don't
you-
nobody want nothing out that dirty house.
Why me?
Why not?
So right.
She
You
out of
let you
line
smoke
for that
cigarettes
shit.
and be decent?
Well, I'm decent all the time.
No, I never dealt with you, so just don't
Never
spaz
been
out.
arrested before like this.
It's first
I've
everything.
never done anything. I haven't done anything. It seems like I'm an easy scapegoat. Because all I am is an easy scapegoat. That's all I've ever been. If I was gonna kill him, I would have killed him the day he lied to me and I found out he was doing drugs.
Yeah, this man grab your arm so you don't fall, alright?
And I would have done it physically, not.
Physically?
Yeah.
Damn, just shut up.
Nobody out here to watch the dogs? Just you? No friends or
There's only
anything?
one here.
You have any friends at work that would take them? We just don't want them to die in there, right?
Not like Steve.
You're holding me.
We don't know. So we'll have our officers grab the dogs. We'll put a hold on them, alright?
Thank you guys for tuning in. Shout out to all my supporters. I love you. We got another video coming up. This is crazy. This is insane. Oh, what do we have here? SWAT team faces off against active shooter. Thank you guys for tuning in. Shout out to all my supporters. I love you. And we finna dive right into this reaction. So without further ado, let's get it.
Two officers arrive on the scene of an ordinary disturbance call. A man is threatening his neighbors. However, in just a moment, the situation will escalate into something much worse.
Does he have any knives? Any knives?
No.
guns.
They have guns.
The suspect is armed.
Hey, we're gonna block the main entrance right here.
My neighbors threatened me, threatened to kill me, threatened to kill police. I have it on video.
We have deployed a SWAT team en route to...
A SWAT team?
Step out slow!
Oh!
Shot out. Move!
Uh-oh.
On March 11th, 2023, a peaceful morning descended into chaos in Steel Creek, Charlotte, as one man began a campaign of terror that has put an entire neighborhood in danger. But to understand how police got this schizophrenic man under control, we need to take a look at every tactic and technique the SWAT team used throughout the 30-hour standoff. It started at 6:45 a.m. on Saturday morning when Ty walked into his front garden, megaphone in hand, and threatened to kill his neighbors on Briar Fork Drive. The clock started immediately when 911 started receiving calls from some of those neighbors.
My neighbors threatened me, threatened to kill me, threatened to kill police. I have it on video. We were scared.
Okay, and when you say he's threatening you, is he doing it in person, on the phone?
Phone with a megaphone. He's out in front of his yard.
Charlotte 911. I need police. I need to file communicating threats report. I'm working with CMPD crisis response team, and our neighbor is threatening us currently.
Community Policing Crisis Response Team helps mediate disputes between neighbors and can often settle arguments without having to call 911. They specialize in people who have behavioral problems or those with substance abuse, and they've been involved with Ty on no less than 13 other occasions after his threatening behavior towards his neighbors. Unfortunately, this situation is much too serious for the CMPD this time, and the police have to step in for what will be their 47th interaction with Ty.
He's at the door on a megaphone yelling. Here we go. Good morning.
How you doing? Ron has a warrant for his arrest.
I don't know because
I'm telling
We
you,
have to take him.
He has a warrant for his arrest.
Does he have any knives? Any knives?
No,
Guns?
They have guns. The gun have the six bullet. Yeah.
Revolver.
Yeah.
Where's
He
that
has
at?
that?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to try to get out of his range in case he shoots. He can't see us to shoot.
In order to make sure the cops have the right information, they're going to need to break down the language barrier. So her daughter is soon on the phone helping to translate for the officers, ensuring the cops can properly assess the gravity of the situation without second-guessing themselves.
Who is this?
My daughter.
Oh, hello?
Hello. Hi.
Hey, this is Officer Miller with Charlotte Police. We're just trying to clarify with the language barrier for your mom. But Ann has a order for his arrest to go to jail. She's advising that he has what we can best tell is a revolver, a gun. I just want to confirm that he does have that with your mom. If you can ask her if he does have a gun.
Yes, of course I'll answer.
All right, go ahead.
So she said that he does have a revolver in his room somewhere.
Does he have bullets in the revolver? Is it loaded?
Yes, she said it's loaded.
She was trying to explain another possible weapon, and I couldn't understand what she was saying. So can you ask her if he has any other weapons?
That he has a baseball bat in this room.
And what kind of dog does he have?
There's two dogs in there, like a medium-sized dog, and the other one is like a small Maltese.
Now the cops have a much better picture of what they're facing. They know that Ty has a gun and it's loaded. They suspect he has a dog in there with him, and although the mother claims it won't bite, these cops can't take any chances. Ty also has a warrant out for his arrest for communicating threats in another incident, making this a criminal barricade. The difference between a criminal barricade and a non-criminal barricade is simple. A non-criminal barricade usually means a suspect isn't wanted for a crime and is often a case of a suicidal suspect. A criminal barricade means the suspect is wanted for a crime, is a possible danger to others, and needs a drastically different approach. These cops don't have access to the resources this kind of response will need, and SWAT is called in to take over this standoff. SWAT has an arsenal of armored vehicles at their disposal, as well as riot shields, expert negotiators, and specific training to deal with this exact kind of situation. But just because SWAT has been called doesn't mean the negotiations stop there, as police continue to try and convince Ty to hand himself in while they wait for the team to arrive.
Mr. Ty, it's the Charlotte Mecklenburg Police Department.
We're outside. Mr. Ty, I need you to come outside. We're not going anywhere. We need you to step outside with your hands up.
Ty already has a warrant out for his arrest for communicating threats in another incident, and police know he's highly strung, potentially violent, and extremely unpredictable. If they're going to talk him out of the house, they're going to have to convince him there's no danger.
It would help me understand this a lot better if we were talking face to face.
Dude, are you gonna kill me?
No, that I'm not.
Are you gonna put me in handcuffs?
Yes, I will have to put you in handcuffs.
And then you're not gonna let me back into my house. You're gonna take me somewhere far away.
Listen, you do have a warrant.
Yes.
For communicating threats, okay? That's why we're here.
Yes, and I can change my identity.
We have to serve that warrant, okay? That's just me.
Did he just say that out loud? Why would you say that?
I am Ty. My name is King Ty.
I'm not in the business of lying, okay? I don't want to lie to you. I don't want to steer you in the wrong direction, all right? The trouble that you're in is very minor, okay? It's not a big deal.
By reassuring him that he won't be hurt if he surrenders, the negotiator can try to prevent the situation escalating, or even turning violent. During negotiations like these, police will try to de-escalate the situation and keep the suspect as calm as possible. But in this case, Ty seems so unhinged that there's no way they can make him see reason. If things deteriorate any further, it's possible Ty might make good on his threats, and this situation could turn deadly.
Nobody wants to kill you. I promise you that. I do not want to harm you, and no officer out here wants to hurt you. That I can promise you.
Take me alive. No matter what you do, you have to shoot me.
Nobody wants to harm you, and we don't want you to harm yourself, all right?
This is war, dude. You broke my door.
This is not war.
Broke me in front of everyone, right?
No, we do not want you to hurt yourself.
It seems peaceful negotiations aren't working, as no matter what the negotiator tries, Ty just won't cooperate.
Become very consistent that he will not leave that home. It's just circles, 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 man. Like it always circles back around to I'm gonna kill myself or you're gonna kill me, period. I'm not coming out of this house. I'm gonna die today.
With Ty armed, barricaded in his house, and threatening to kill people, the police need to keep him calm and de-escalate the situation until backup arrives. Shortly afterwards, the SWAT team finally arrives at the scene to bring this standoff to an end.
Hey, get your people ready to have a plan.
Who's ready?
Do you want me to try to push the robot up, see if I can get over stuff?
The SWAT team finally at the scene, they can get a better look at their surroundings by sending in robots and drones. But they first need to find the best place to gain entry into the house, which in this case is right through the front door.
06-2539. Well, I will call you. I just need you to answer your phone. This is very important. Nobody is here to hurt you. We are only here to help. Your mother's worried about you. And we are here to make sure that you get the help you need.
By breaching the door, the SWAT team is trying to see inside the house.
Is that him up
if
there?
Ty isn't willing to negotiate, then SWAT may have to force their way inside and face Ty in his own home. But this just agitates Ty further, and he closes the door in defiance. Once again, SWAT has no idea what's waiting for them inside, so they decide to break down the door again, only this time, they intend to rip it right off its hinges. Although this has made it easier for SWAT to enter the house, the negotiator's job is about to get even harder, as breaching the door has only agitated Ty further, and this standoff is threatening to spiral out of control.
I want to kill myself.
Oh, God.
I'm not going to be here and be cut off by some goddess who I don't even give a about. Leave me alone. Let me control the voice. Literally, the voice is controlling me, man.
You are stronger than that.
No, I'm possessed.
You control the voice. Listen, I have faith that you can control that voice, okay?
Okay, then let me do it. No, I'm just going to myself and get this voice out of my head and go to heaven.
No, don't let that voice win.
I have no control over my mind, dude. I'm telling y'all, I'm under mind control, possessed.
You are stronger than that, okay? You can do it, and we can help you.
This could be some kind of manic episode Ty is experiencing, as he's definitely not of sound mind, especially when he's talking about voices controlling him. He's angry that his mother's front door has been destroyed, and the cops know they've made him mad. Their priority is to try and de-escalate the situation, so they try and convince him they'll fix the door after he hands himself in. But Ty's reaction is not what the cops were hoping for.
My door, man.
I spent an hour telling you that was gonna happen.
We can't live here no more.
The door can easily be fixed.
We are poor. It's only me and my mother.
Who's gonna take care of your mother if you harm yourself?
Don't leave me alone. I'm gonna make you take me alive.
I can give your mother a number to our risk management, and our risk management can help fix the door, okay?
And we all know that. Myself, but you can be.
No.
That's why I'm acting like an idiot.
Nobody's hurting. Nobody said you're acting like an idiot. Listen.
Well, you act like an idiot. You broke in my door, so I'm myself.
And I told you we were gonna do it.
He hang up on you.
We're now 5 hours into this standoff, and the house is completely surrounded. On the sidelines, police are trying to obtain an involuntary commitment order. These are issued to individuals who are experiencing mental health problems that impair their ability to reason. This would be the third time Ty has been issued with an involuntary commitment order. But despite how serious the situation is, they still can't enter the house without a search warrant. This is often a long process, but in this case, it only took a couple of hours after convincing a judge the warrant was absolutely necessary to help bring this standoff to an end. So now, 8 hours into this standoff, and with the search warrant in hand, SWAT started their meticulous operation to clear any obstacles from their path, a process they call tactical breaching. Tactical breaching is more than just breaking down windows and doors, as it allows easy access to the house and allows police to see inside the house. But it's still not safe for the officers to enter the house, as Ty is still hiding and armed with a gun. There's only one way to see inside the house without putting lives at risk, by using the latest technology to their advantage, like drones and robots.
All right, well, we're sending a robot in up the steps if we can.
Just can't get around all the junk.
I'm in the living room, so I had to go through the garage.
Okay, all right, sir. Well, hopefully you'll get the drone up.
So this is what the living room looks like.
Police robots have been around for decades, but are limited to low ground. With Ty hiding upstairs, police need to utilize one of the newer members of the team, the drone. First developed for military purposes, drones have become increasingly more popular with police departments all across America, just like here in Charlotte.
I'm doing what I can to push my way through.
Jesus Christ. He did all of this?
Trying to push this stuff out of the way.
It's always the people that are mentally deranged that just live in chaos.
Yeah, she's got to go all the way around.
Drones can reach places people can't and give police a bird's eye view of the upstairs of the house without a single officer
And his
being
mom
put in
gotta clean
harm's
all of
way.
that shit
It
up.
also shows how quickly a situation can go from quiet to dangerous in the blink of an eye.
I could try to push it through the front door, but I can't promise anything.
That drone has just been destroyed, but now police know exactly which room he's hiding out in. After a second drone is destroyed, Ty suddenly appears at the front door of the house, and he's armed with a handgun. What he might not realize is he's in the targets of several sharpshooters, who are scattered around the area with various views of the house, ready to fire if Ty presents a threat to them, their fellow officers, or anyone else in the area.
Just trying to put the door back up, it looks like. Gun in his left hand. Shot out. Shot out. He went back up the steps.
That was just a warning shot, after one of the sharpshooters perceived Ty to be a genuine threat. But the warning shot did its job, and Ty retreated back into the house. After he returned upstairs, he called 911, initially claiming he'd been shot. It turns out he was lying, but during the same call, he told police he was no longer on Ty and had become Lucifer.
Charlotte 911.
I saw the police shot a person because he was holding a gun and pointing at police. And the police shot him. He's dead. I need to make a police report.
Okay, well, where are you at so we can make that report?
I'm in heaven.
Oh, okay.
What?
Okay.
I'm a ghost. Yes, my name is Lucifer.
This was one of 4 different personalities he's taken on over the course of this standoff, and in order to keep him talking, police will play along and call him Lucifer. But any hopes that they have of ending this standoff before nightfall are slipping away, as negotiations come to a standstill.
This is Lucifer. Can I help you?
Lucifer?
Yeah.
This is Hong. Are you okay?
I know you are. Yeah, I'm an angel of God. Of course I'm fine.
Okay. I want to help you, Lucifer. Lucifer, where are you?
He literally dead. He went upstairs and called you off for help.
Ty may be in need of the kind of medical help that these cops can't give him, but that doesn't make the situation any less dangerous. It's now 10 hours into this standoff, and the tactical breaching continues. 2 vehicles in the driveway are removed to prevent the suspect from making a quick getaway, and more windows are breached around the house as the standoff goes into the night, where Ty continues with his bizarre exchanges with negotiators.
Take all the windows out. I'm telling you, I'm an anarchy. I don't demand nothing to leave. Get out of my house. I don't need it to leave. Stop talking to me. Okay? I don't talk to the police.
Yeah, stand by. Got the window open, kind of looking out towards my direction. On the megaphone.
There's no talking. You are doing is illegal. I have the right to practice religion. Leave me alone.
This incident has now been going on for over 13 hours, and tactical breaching has removed most of the doors and windows. Negotiations continued into the next morning, but they couldn't get Ty to give himself up. So SWAT turned to their arsenal of other tactics to continue the effort to bring this standoff to an end peacefully, including the smoke grenade.
All right, you ready?
All right.
Move.
As a neighbor, this has to be terrifying.
What kind of whip-ass throw was that?
Smoke grenades can help create a visual barrier and disorient a suspect. The sudden, sharp sensory overload can lower the suspect's will to resist and encourage them to surrender peacefully. But the SWAT team isn't done yet and decides to enter the house to cut the power off.
All right, good? Yep. All right, move, Shell.
They should have been did this shit.
This tactic serves 2 purposes. Firstly, it solves some of these safety concerns, as electrical equipment and lights will be deactivated to prevent accidental fires or explosions, especially when the suspect has firearms. With the house now a complete wreck, a small fire could prove disastrous and engulf the whole house in minutes. Cutting the power also adds psychological pressure, as removing electrical equipment the suspect may be using could leave them feeling isolated and alone, especially during the night. But despite their best efforts, Ty refused to leave the house at all, and it was starting to look like this standoff might never end. But then, at 1:18 p.m., an hour after they cut the power, Ty was seen coming downstairs. This is the moment SWAT tried to bring this standoff to an end with the help of OC powder chemical munition, better known as tear gas. The effects of tear gas on the body include an unbearable burning sensation in your eyes, nose, and on your skin. This is exactly the kind of experience that was waiting for Ty if he went back upstairs, where they've just fired it. For the first time since this 30-hour standoff began, this prompted Ty to come out of the house and confront SWAT face to face. Police will always try to achieve a peaceful resolution in cases like these, but as they have been for the last 2 days, they'll be ready to shoot if Ty opens fire.
I got you, I promise. You're good, come on. Yeah, stay on the phone. You can stay on the phone, come to us, come on. No, come on, you're good. Come on. Come on, sir, I got you, come on to me. Just be careful, you're good, come on. Yep, yeah, come on, you keep walking, you're good. Bring the dog with you. Come on. Oh, we're not, brother, come on. Yeah, your dog's good, come on. Okay, yep.
Hey, I'll take over verbal so you can make a call on the other side.
Keep coming to us. We're not going to shoot you. You keep coming to us. You're doing good. You're fine. Keep walking towards us. Keep your hands ready. You're good. You're good. We see your dog. We see your phone. You're good, Auntie. Keep walking towards us, brother. You're doing good. Can we move? He's facing away. Bang him and move. Yes. Move. Get on the ground.
I'm coming. Don't shoot my dog. I'm coming. Don't shoot my dog, please. I'm coming. That's why I can use my bag. That's why I can use my bag. Don't shoot me.
That's the handgun he'd been concealing in his clothing and could have been used at any moment. This is a perfect example of a SWAT team who did everything by the book and achieved their goal of a peaceful arrest. It may have taken 30 hours for this to end, but by choosing the right moment, they brought this neighborhood's ordeal to an end with only 1 bullet fired and 0 casualties.
After a man gets knocked out for assaulting McDonald's workers with chicken McNuggets, the man's entire family arrives to...
Man risk his life off of McDonald's nuggets. Damn, bro. It's never worth that. Thank you guys for tuning in. Shout out to all my supporters. I love you. And that's it, baby. We out.